There's DeMont running around. He looks good. He probably won't play Monday. Absolutely not. I mean, just rest him. You have the bye week. You get a 3-week recovery time. And then hopefully when you go over to L.A. to face the Chargers, you get Dave Montgomery back. You get RB1 back. So it's looking like another Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
Heavy workload for Jahmyr on Monday. Another opportunity for him. That's for certain. Fantasy owners, you finally got what you wanted, you sons of bitches.
Hey, I mean, if you started Jahmyr Gibbs in fantasy the last weekend, you probably did pretty well. Over 60 rushing yards and a touchdown.
I think he had like 28.
Yeah, I mean, especially in a PPR league, man, he was a PPR dynamo. And yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, I am confident that he will be able to carry the load and should carry the load this next Monday against Las Vegas, because he had a couple of examples. I mean, the game against the Falcons when he had to be RB1, I think he performed admirably. I think we were all satisfied with how he ran the football. And even in the last game at Baltimore, I kind of joked a little bit, or not really joked, but said that it was not the most meaningful yards, but still, when you look at that game, the one positive was Jahmyr Gibbs got it going a little bit. He got in the end zone. It was a long touchdown run. He was more of a factor in the passing game. So let's just see it continue. I don't want to have one of the takeaways be from this game, oh my God, we really missed David Montgomery. It's the Raiders. Jahmyr Gibbs, it wouldn't shock me at all if he has the best game of his career.
Yeah, and just really quickly, all the footage courtesy of our Woodward Sports beat reporter Matt Broder. The GOAT. Shout out to him, man. Big love to him. Woodward nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Check him and Booner. Of course, Jalen and Nick out every single weekday. I want to say, too, in this comment, silent service, it wasn't that long ago that people even at Woodward Sports were dogging Jerry Jacobs. And listen, you guys know how I feel. I mean, Lucas, we've worked like hand in hand on some reels just promoting Jerry Jacobs.
Yeah,
this is a pro Jerry Jacobs show.
It is, but we can't act like we thought Jerry would be playing this well. Like we were supportive of him,
yep.
But there was times where especially after the Seattle game, we were frustrated with Jerry.
Of course,
there was definitely criticism from here. This was never an anti thing. But, I mean, he's definitely proven everybody wrong in a lot of ways.
The reason why I liked him so much is because, guys, he's an undrafted free agent that Brad Holmes brought in. And last year, again, are we going to gas up Jerry after a bad game? No. But I always liked Jerry. Like, he's a guy that everybody kind of overlooks. And last year, at least I thought this year, early on, he's somebody that can hold down that opposing side of Cam Sutton. But now it's like, hey, he's a starter. And now with Emmanuel Mosley out, he is your starter. And when you got to see a little taste of what this team looks like, the secondary looks like without him, and Sam Flannel, get it out of my head right now.
Yes.
Get it out of my head.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
No,
right?
that is true.
I mean, that's the thing. But with Jerry Jacobs, I know that a lot of people will say, you guys were trashing him at one point, now you guys are hyping him up. The thing is, when you don't play well in a game, and I'm not saying it was all Jerry Jacobs' fault, he did not play well against Seattle, and one of the reasons why they lost is because Geno Smith was just driving the ball right down the field consistently, and the Seahawks put up 37 points, 31 of them offensively.
Right.
That's you're not just gonna, you can't just overlook that and be like, oh my God, Jerry Jacobs is fine, because at the time he wasn't. But what he has done since then is be a very viable starting corner. I mean, and even coming into the year, this defense was not designed for Jerry Jacobs to be the starting corner. No. It was designed for Emmanuel Mosley to do it. So just the fact, I think that already had some people overlooking him a bit, because it was like, he's good, but do you really want him as your starter? It turns out with him as your starter, he's looked pretty damn good. And when he's out, who would have thought before the season that there is a Pacific Ocean gap between Jerry Jacobs and Will Harris?
For real.
Yeah,
Pacific Ocean.